Hello my friends, it's Utah Steve back for another video. This time we're doing not even a day hike, more of an evening hike. It's about 5 p.m. I am in the beautiful area of Snow Basin Ski Resort once again. Not the ski resort proper, as usual, the outskirts, which is National Forest land. Today we're at the Art Nord trailhead, and we're going to be hiking into Icebox Canyon. I've got a backpack here full of food and supplies. I wanted to get out this weekend for a, backpacking trip overnight, but life happens. I'm so far behind on yard work, and I was behind on cleaning my house. I just decided to use my Saturday to take care of things at home. It's now Sunday evening. I don't have the kids with me this weekend, so now's the perfect time to just go for a nice hike. If it goes into the nighttime hours, that's okay. I'm prepared for that. But I don't know that it will. We still have a good couple hours of daylight before the sun goes behind the mountain. Not official sunset, just that there are mountains in the way. Anyway, let's get out of the car and take a look around, and we'll talk about which direction we're going to go here, because there are several choices facing us right now. So basically we have maybe three options here. One is back that way. There's a trail that goes to Snow Basin. I've never hiked that one, but I'd like to sometime. There is a trail. Well, here we are at the trailhead. There is no overnight camping on the Art Nord Trail. There's a whole system of trails here. You may recognize the maples right there. That's way over in there, way over towards that mountain. That one. So we're a distance away. If we continue on this trail, it becomes the Wheeler Creek Trail, which I've hiked and camped on many times. Right down that way. Over this way is the actual Art Nord Trail going into Icebox Canyon. And it's very shady and beautiful. And this is a popular snowshoeing site in the winter. So, option 1, option 2, option 3. We're going to choose option 2. I originally planned to hike today, just not here. It is a chilly 97 degrees Fahrenheit right now, and I can feel it on my thinning head, on my balding head. I don't like to say that, but it's true. I can feel that sun. I'm gonna have to get my goofy looking sun hat out here in a minute and cover my poor head, or I'm gonna get burned silly. I'm Scottish. My ancestry, obviously I don't have the accent, so yeah, my ancestry. And if you don't know, Scottish and Irish people and English people are very pale. And I do nothing but burn. I don't tan. You'll never see me with a tan, because I do nothing but burn and peel. I might turn slightly brown briefly, and then I just burn. So it doesn't take long for me to be in the sun, maybe 20 minutes, and I've got a sunburn. So when I get to this group of trees right down here, I will definitely make sure to put my goofy hat on. It's beautiful though. Yeah, the shade feels nice down in here. There's a lot more shade as we continue on up through there. This open area, obviously not much shade in this area to speak of. Okay, got it on. This thing is quite the fashion statement, isn't it? Thing is, my ears burn, my neck burns, my head burns. The buff isn't going to cut it in this kind of open sunlight. Do what you got to do. I'm not here for a fashion show. It's been a long time since I've hiked this trail. And honestly, if we took the Wheeler Creek Trail, you'd probably hike I don't know, 1/8 of a mile down the trail. And then you'd come to a bridge, and you cross that bridge off of the Wheeler Creek Trail, and you end up in Icebox Canyon. And not very far from that bridge is this little campsite. That's where I'm headed. I could very easily be there in 20 minutes time. But then we'd miss out on all of this. I love evening time. I like the way the shadows fall. Everything just looks so serene, soft, and beautiful. Or in the middle of the day, it's just all you can think about is how hot it is or how humid it is. And you sometimes don't pay attention to the beauty that's around you because you're just like dying. I was hoping that by coming out here in the evening, that would be the case. It's kind of a mixture. It's really hot. Really hot. And it's a good thing I brought lots of water. 3 liters and a full Nalgene bottle full of water too. The Nalgene bottle is also for electrolytes. I buy those little sugar-free packets of electrolytes. Just dump them in my water. I'm looking forward to that when I get to this campsite. We are not spending the night, as I've said. And that's because tomorrow's Monday. And I pick up my boys at 8 a.m. I just won't have time to really enjoy it, I think. But we'll stay here for a while. It'll still be fun, right? Now, right now, you're probably thinking to yourself, Utah Steve, what's for dinner? Well, I thought you might ask. So, I thought I might tell you. We're going to experience it together. It's another MRE. One that I've never had before. I chose one that is a little light on the weight side. It doesn't have as much in it. I don't know if it's calorie dense or not. It seems pretty light all the way around. And I already looked through the contents at home and repackaged it into a Ziploc. But you know what? This is the first MRE that I've torn into that doesn't have anything in it that I don't want. Which is strange. Everything in there looked good to me. And so I'm looking forward to that. I also threw in some extra snacks. Just in case. Things can go wrong, you know. So here's the view so far. We started right there. In fact, there's my car. Focus. There you go. That is the Wheeler Creek Trail right down there. Sorry, I'm winded. This is a kind of a steep hike for this temperature, if that makes sense. And we came over this way. I'm kind of huffing and puffing because it's just so hot. I'm not really winded or anything, but I'm fine in the shade like this. As soon as I'm out in the open, boy, that sun, brutal. One thing I'm really looking forward to, this little campsite that I'm talking about is right next to the river. I mean, it's right on the river almost, so be nice and cool. I can take my new backpacking towel, soak it in the river, wipe my burning head down. Still a little bit of snow left up there. Not much. You can see the helipad up there. It's radio towers and whatnot, transmitters. You can hike up to that. I mentioned it a bunch of times. You have to take a gondola at Snow Basin from down there to up there, and then you hike up to there on a maintenance road. Now you may be asking yourself, Utah Steve, why are you wearing long pants on a hot day? Why not shorts? Well, I have been. I've spent the entire summer so far in shorts. And what's happening is I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes on my legs. So, not fun. I have been itching like crazy and just don't need more of that, you know? I wore long pants strictly for the mosquitoes. Now I'm starting to worry a little bit. I think I may have missed my turn. And I've done this before, and I always leave it in my videos because it's possible that you'll go out hiking and also miss your turn. I leave them in there because I'm not so full of myself I can't show my mistakes. I just came upon this trail marker. All it shows is the Wheeler Creek Trail system, which is what we're on. And it's not really showing me where I am on here. I'm looking, this is way over there. I know where these are. This might be us. This is it. Somebody hit it with the little thing to kind of broke the plastic. So this is our trail, Art Nord. So this is our trail. And what I want is Icebox Canyon. What I've done is I've hiked down to here. And Icebox Canyon, as you can see, is over here. So I should have hooked up here and continued on that way. But instead, I've continued all the way down to here. I noticed, because this is all going downhill now, and I know what's down there, that would be Wheeler Creek, the actual creek. And it connects over to the Maples through that way. Gonna swallow my pride. The lack thereof will do me empty inside. And we're gonna continue on back where we came from. We're gonna find that trail and go into Icebox Canyon. My bad. So if you come here, pay attention to that, or you'll end up way down there, which is not where I want to be. Frustrating, but not so bad. I have plenty of time, and this is quite beautiful. I'm not complaining. Back down into the trees. I'm considering a change in plans. Not a major one, and technically not really a change in plans, just the order in which things happen. I'm thinking I'll go back to Wheeler Creek Trail and hike to that bridge, cross it, and go to that campsite in the interest of time. Then what we'll do is we will hike the loop back to the car when we head back to the car, so we'll still see the loop. The reason why is I'm getting pretty hungry. It's 6 o'clock, and that stupid missed turn cost me some time, and I really do want to just sit down by the river and eat. And so I think that's what I'm going to do. We're just going to go back to the Wheeler Creek Trail, down to the bridge, and over to our little campsite. And then I'll show you the loop after dinner. You don't care. I could have edited this so it didn't look like that. But I just want to show you that sometimes things happen. Sign right up there says no fires. And guess what, guys? Somebody made a fire pit right here in the middle of the trail. Like it's literally in the middle of the trail. What did they burn? Huh. Loan documents. All right. Wheeler Creek Trail. Shadier too up here. That was quite a distance for me to hoof it to get caught up again. I'll tell you, you want to lose weight? Go hiking. So what kind of silly name is Art Nord anyway? Well, Art Nord was a person. Not so horribly silly if you know it was a guy's name. 1892 to 1957. And he just was a businessman who did a lot for the this whole region. Says many accomplishments: promotion of the Snow Basin and Pineview Dam, recreation areas, construction of this road. So Wheeler Creek Trail is pretty wide and probably was at one time an actual road. As you get further down this way, it really widens up. So that's why this is the Art Nord Trail. You can see what I mean here. This is obviously made for a car, but not used for that, and hasn't been for many, many years. And look at that beautiful shade that's awaiting us right there at the base of that mountain. This really is beautiful, guys. Just incredible. And only a half hour from my house. Hallelujah. Shade. That feels really nice. So beautiful. I think the temperature just dropped like 10 degrees. It's almost like there's a cool breeze blowing, but it's actually just me moving through the cool air. Now our bridge is just a little ways down here. And we cross it and go a little ways in to our campsite. Finally got the hat off. You can see why I have to wear it. Now by this point you must be thinking, Utah Steve, why did you shave your beard? Well, my friends, every once in a while I get bored. And I knew this question would come up. I get bored and I shave it off, and then I go, huh, I don't like it. And then I grow it back in. And then I go, yeah, I like that. And then I leave it there for a while. I'm like, I can't remember what I look like without a beard. So I shave it off. And I go, I don't like it. And this cycle will repeat over and over, and has done so since about my late 20s. And I won't tell you how old I am right now. Anyway, so that's where the beard went. And to be honest, it's taking a lot of guts for me to put myself on camera without it. I feel naked. I look naked. And I also rolled on my glasses and they're a little crooked. So I'm bald, I have no beard, and my glasses are broken. And yet here I am, vlogging anyway. I used to be really vain. Back in the 80s, I was in a punk band. I wore mascara. True story. I wore dark lipstick. I had lots of hair. So as you can see, I wasn't always this guy. I was that guy too. That was before I even had kids. Okay, our bridge should be coming up shortly. See, I used to have hair. Lots of it. Something I'm noticing as I hike down the Wheeler Creek Trail here, and this has to be a result of how heavy the snowfall was this last winter. Look at all of this rock laying here. And I started to think to myself, was this here before, this much rock? I don't remember it. I only hiked it last year, you know. And then I noticed this up here, right in the middle of the trail, giant boulders that have broken off and come down and landed here. So this is directly a result of heavy snowfall and erosion. And these rocks finally gave way. These were not here before. Not that I remember. I could be wrong. You can correct me. Like I said, I'm not full of myself. But that huge rock, I would have remembered that. Look at the sediment around it. That tells me it's new. And it looks like it came off right there. And just boom. That's pretty crazy, guys. I would have remembered that. I'm pretty sure that's new. Not brand new, but definitely recent. Okay, our bridge is right over here. If we keep going this way, we'll end in Ogden Canyon, right on the main road, which is the canyon we drove up here on. So here we go, Art Nord Trailhead and Wheeler Creek Trailhead. That's us, right here. Icebox Canyon, main Wheeler Creek Trail. This way. There's our bridge right down there. So Icebox Canyon, we're about to enter it and have some dinner there. Isn't that beautiful? Let's go check it out. Almost there. Here we are. Our bridge. Water everywhere. Oh wow, look. So right up there is where we were in the sun and kind of desert looking. You see it goes all the way up. And now, just down the road, total change of scenery. Green and shady, lots of water, just beautiful. Now my guess is that this is called Icebox Canyon because in the winter, if it's nice and cool and shady here in the summer, it's probably an icebox in here in the winter. So that's my guess. If anyone out there knows why this is called Icebox Canyon, you can tell me, but my guess is it's because of that. Just a little ways up here to our dinner site. Just want to show you how lush and green this is. So beautiful. So when I say it's right on the river, you can see where the river is. Our campsite still well intact, thank goodness. It's right here. I've always wanted to camp here and I never have, so maybe that'll be a quick overnighter one of these times. Somebody has really built this up. This was just a ring the last time I was here. I've hung my hammock here before, as well as a tarp right here between these trees. Not the hammock, but the tarp. I think the hammock was between these. Good spot for a tent right here. Kind of hilly though. But you know, the trail is right there. The water's right there. And home is about a half hour that way. Not on foot, but still. Now we're going to continue up this trail after we eat. And that's the loop that goes through the rest of Icebox Canyon. Okay, let's get this pack off and discuss contents. Okay, so here's the layout. Pretty much everything I brought. This is a long sleeve shirt, not for temperatures, but for mosquitoes, because, you know, I am pretty bare armed. I have the right to bear arms, in fact. Anyway, dad joke, sorry. Got this new towel from Devon, backcountry exposure. Still testing it out. I'm gonna dip that in the river shortly and put water all over me. I left the mesh bag at home on accident. I just kind of grabbed this in a hurry. This wasn't a planned hike, and this had gone through the wash, and I just forgot the mesh bag. Of course, my hat. My pack is the new Outlander day pack. It folds up into just a little thing. Very handy to have. My 3-liter platypus. I haven't drank much water. I really need to hydrate. This is my roll pack with my fire kit, my first aid kit, and my hygiene kit in it. That's an Osprey, by the way, if you can't tell. My food. My Nalgene. This was a gift from my son Ash. He gave me this for Father's Day. He's my oldest son. He's, what, 25 now and married? I know he's married, but I think he's 25. You're 25, right, Ash? He always watches these. I'm sorry. I know you're 26 this year. I keep saying you're 26, but you're not yet. Of course, Bob Jr. is with me. I brought my Katadyn 1-liter bee-free filter with me, just in case. But I really could use some cold water from the river instead of this warm water from my back. So I'll probably use this, actually. I've got a headlamp and a multi-tool. And of course, if you're wondering, it is blue. And my sit pad, gift from Joseph Shanks. So that's it. That's everything I brought. So right now, let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get the food out, shall we? I'm freaking starving. Okay, MRE contents. I brought the spoon this time because I did not bring a spork with me. This is an energy packet. These are what I was talking about, except I have two different kinds. This one's for energy, and I also have some in here that are electrolytes. That's also energy. I have the electrolytes in here as well anyway. Those are what I will be concentrating on. Drinking, this is just an extra snack just in case. So is this. I have a few of those in here. Here's an electrolyte, see? These are cheap and they do the job, and they're lightweight. So as far as the MRE goes, right here on top, this is a maple muffin top. Okay, that's very important that it's maple, and I'll tell you why in a second. And hallelujah, guys, this MRE comes with not cheese, but peanut butter. So I'm planning to eat this entire MRE. I'm going to need the energy to hike the loop back to the car. So peanut butter, of course it comes with the cracker that you spread the peanut butter on, just your basic MRE crackers. Here's some trail mix from Walmart. Don't know if I'll eat that or not. I might. It looks pretty good. Everything looks good right now. I'm starving. Here's the accessory pack. I didn't open it. The only thing in there I don't really need is the salt. The matches could always come in handy. They'll go in my roll pack, and so will the toilet paper. I like to keep them in there for whenever I go anywhere. I never have to worry about bringing toilet paper or forgetting toilet paper or matches or anything like that. I always have stuff in there. I've got mosquitoes landing on me, guys, so another thing that's in there is another gift from Devin from Backcountry Exposure. It's insect repellent lotion, and I'll be rubbing that on in a minute because I'm already getting landed on by the little buggers. Okay, in here, this is sort of the main course. This is a pork sausage patty maple. Now you'll notice both of these are maple, not this. Why? Because you can put the muffin on top of the patty, and then you can add the maple syrup. Well, it's table syrup. It's really corn syrup. Let's not kid ourselves. The military's not going to get real maple syrup. It's too expensive. Smoked almonds. I'll probably eat those. Those are delicious. Then I've got an electrolyte orange carbohydrate electrolyte beverage powder. That makes me happy because that means there's sugar in this. I need sugar. Sugar, dextrose. Yeah, 2 different kinds of sugar. This should be really good. I'm looking forward to that in my Nalgene bottle. I'll just have to dump out what's in there because that already has some flavored stuff in it, and I want to taste this for what it is. Okay, we got our little cook heating pouch and our cardboard, and that's pretty much it for the food. So let's get the main course going. This heating inside this. I just bummed out a couple of people. Looked like a guy and his girlfriend or whatever. They were walking this way with full backpacks on, tents and everything. And as far as I know, this is the only site on this trail that's actually open like this. It's been here for ages, and it obviously gets used, and I think that was their plan tonight. They probably thought if they came on a Sunday night, they'd be able to get it. The thing is, I'm only here for maybe an hour, and then I'll be gone. But they turned around, I stood there for a minute, and discussed, and then they left. So, unfortunately, I ruined their camping trip. I'm sure they'll find somewhere else. There are other places around here, so. Anyway, this heating element's working really well. As I was just showing, it's steaming nicely. And this is the insect repellent I've been using that Devin sent me from Sawyer. Picaridin insect repellent, and it works really well. I've already put it on, and the insects have vanished. The mosquitoes are no longer, so it's really good stuff, and it's for ticks too. Anyway, while that's heating, what should I eat? I'm probably going to have to crumble this muffin into the patty and cover it with syrup because I don't have a cup or a bowl with me at all. Not for a day hike, so that's what we'll do with that. We'll crumble this into it, pour the syrup over it. In the meantime, what we have, peanut butter and crackers. I wish there was jam with this. Sometimes these come with jam and you can make a little sandwich. You know, eating while filming is a very complicated process. It's taken me a long time just to get to this point. Crackers could be more buttery, but they're very bland. Peanut butter's awesome though. Now normally you shake these up, pour the water in here and shake them up. But since I have this, It'll shake a lot nicer in an Nalgene bottle than it will in a little foil pouch. Which way? There we go. I'm filming upside down, at least my viewer's upside down, so that's what it is. Okay, and I got some river water. We'll just filter it right into there. See if I can find a flat spot here. There we go. Ice cold. It says to put so many ounces of water, but I need lots of water to rehydrate, so I'm just going to fill this with the liter of water that I have. It'll kind of dilute it a little bit too much, but that's all right. I really need the water more than anything, and the energy, I guess. Doesn't matter how it tastes as much this time. This filter has been wonderful, by the way. If you're considering investing in one, I highly recommend it. I don't know how much the bigger ones are, but this little 1 liter was about 40 bucks on Amazon, but it's worth every penny. It's super lightweight, easy to carry. It's an all-in-one unit, so you don't have to have separate pieces all over the place. It's just this, and this rinses easily. You just swirl it around in some water and it's rinsed. So there's my liter of water and my tang, basically. Shake her up. Make sure it's good and mixed. Yeah, it's definitely too much water. It's like water with a hint of orange, but there is sugar in this, so if any of you are vloggers out there, I'm curious to know what the most embarrassing vlogging experience you've had is. I don't think I've had one yet, just talking to my camera while people walk by, but they realize I'm talking to a camera, so I don't look totally crazy. Now, if I just had my hand and I was like, whoa, or I had Bob Jr. and I'm like, hey Bob, how's it going? And there was no camera, then yeah, I'd be certifiably nuts. But I haven't really embarrassed myself too bad when vlogging, but I can tell you the most embarrassing backpacking experience I had. I was brand new to backpacking. It was my very first backpacking trip into the Uintas. I was with my son Murphy. I brought every piece of gear you can possibly imagine. My pack weighed 80 pounds. I knew nothing about weight. I brought all kinds of gear to test, and I probably used a fourth of it. I had a standard tent that weighed a ton from Walmart. I mean, that's how we all kind of start out, isn't it? So that I was brand new to it, and what happened is I brought my .22 rifle. I was gonna shoot me some squirrels, and I was actually going to make video of me cooking and eating a squirrel. I've never done it, but I've seen people do it. My ex-father-in-law is from the South. It's a normal thing there. So I thought about it. I thought, what an interesting video. I don't think too many people from Utah eat squirrels. So I thought I'd try. So I brought this gun, and we crossed this older couple, probably, I say older, they're probably in their late 60s, and I crossed them on the trail, and I've got the gun sticking out of my pack, and she stops and she's like, heading for some backpacking, huh? And I'm like, yeah, you know, just having some fun, trying to act like I knew what I was doing. And she goes, what's the rifle for? Marmots? I said, no, squirrels mostly. A squirrel is a kind of marmot. So that was a dumb thing to say. And then I stepped back and I dropped, the weight of my pack was so heavy and I was so unbalanced that I dropped down on a rock, and right in front of this lady while I'm trying to explain, she's already giving me funny looks for saying, no, squirrels. And then I step back and boom, I hit the ground and I can't get back up and my arms are flailing, and my son helps me up and she's just looking at me funny and she's like, well, have a nice trip. I'm so glad that wasn't on camera. That was pretty embarrassing. It's comical now, but I just walked away going, oh my gosh. Amateur. Okay, it's okay to be an amateur. It's okay to do these things when you're first starting out. I still make lots of mistakes. We just saw me miss a turn on a trail, didn't we? Anyway, that was my most embarrassing backpacking experience. Maybe you guys could even share that, something embarrassing that happened while you were out in the backcountry. Anyway, let's tear into this meat patty and maple muffin before I kill my camera battery running my mouth. Looks like this one opens this way, but I want to eat it like a bowl, so I'm going to cut it this way. Oop. There's liquid inside, guys. Alright. It's just water, though. I was afraid it was like a syrup. I'm going to dump this excess water out. So there's the meat patty. That's what it looks like. Okay. What I want to do is break this up in it. My hands are a little slippery from the water. There we go. So they even made it look like a pancake. I mean, look at that. Okay. I'm going to break this up into it. I'm hoping this works. I think it will. It's kind of sticky. Here, I'm going to taste it by itself. Yeah, it tastes like a pancake with a hint of maple. Okay. My hands are getting gross. Okay. There you go. There's what it looks like. See it? I don't want to dump it. Well, let's see what it tastes like. Here's a little piece of the muffin. Tastes like room temperature pancakes. Really good though. Syrup is like, you know, Mrs. Butterworth's. Now we're going to have some of the meat patty mixed in with it. I don't know how to describe that. It's like hamburger jerky Alpo with hint of maple. So it's definitely better with the muffin in it. Pretty good though. The meat could be better. That's what she said. Well, I'm nice and recharged. I've fed my face, my stomach's full. I feel brand new. So here's our camp. I always do this to show people that I left it how I found it. This is where we ate. Okay, I didn't forget anything. Say goodbye to our river for now. And that's it. So now we are heading up the canyon around the loop to see what there is to see on our way back to the car. Here's our trail going up. I just love how green it is. It's just incredible. The camera's not doing it justice because what I'm seeing with the naked eye and what I'm seeing in the lens are two different things. I'm seeing almost a foggy, hazy appearance. But trust me, it's a deep green. Now, just to give you a heads up, I'm down to 1 bar on my battery here. I have my charger. I forgot the cable to this camera. It's a very specific cable. It's not a general one. I do have a general one in here for charging my phone. But unfortunately, I don't have one for this camera. So if it dies, I'm gonna have to switch to the GoPro, which has plenty of battery life left. The only problem is the sound will suffer. It will not be as good. So the video will be better than this, the sound not as good. This one, not that good a video, but great sound. Look at this. So amazing. The trail just like that is way up here. Look at this view. What an incredible hike. So I found something that wasn't here before. Maybe this little clearing was, but it wasn't set up this way. This could easily be a little campsite. You could put your tent right here under this, in this kind of alcove. Do that. And of course build a small fire right here, as long as you cleaned it up afterwards. This is really cool. I like this even better than the last site. For some reason it just appeals to me. It's not really hammock friendly. Those two trees are too close together. Look at this big old tree. Look, it broke off here who knows how long ago and landed right there, and you can climb it up into there. And look at this waterfall that's right by the camp. That's beautiful. I really like this. I might have to try both of these little campsites. Awesome. Good to know it's here. Again, right off the trail. Well, it's not quite 8 p.m. yet, but the trailhead closes at 10. And it's one of the few that actually closes. And the reason why is because the area above the trailhead is surrounded by huge homes, like million-dollar homes, multi-million-dollar. And I guess they don't want anyone pulling a Charles Manson. You know, park their car down low, hike up in, slaughter the family, and write their name in blood on the wall. I don't know. Anyway, that's why. Because it's actually a residential area now. It didn't used to be, but the trailhead is kind of right at the end of it. So we have plenty of time to get back to the car. And the sun really doesn't go down until, I don't know, 9:30. It's only about 8, and you can't tell too much, but it's really not that dark. It's just that we're in the shadow of the mountains. So check this out. These are wild raspberry bushes. You can kind of tell they're kind of coming in there. They're green and flat right now, but soon those will be bursting with raspberries. Probably late August, early September. And my guess is hikers and animals will get to it long before I will. Pretty cool though. Speaking of my friend Eric, the bass player you saw a while back, he and I were hiking once on the Provo River in the Uintas, and we came across this in the middle of nowhere, huge patch of raspberries. And when I say huge, I mean we had our shirts pulled out like bowls, filled, both of us, filled with raspberries. We ate so many raspberries and spent about 3 days on the toilet, but it was worth it. It was amazing. I'll never forget that. I've never found that many raspberries growing in the wild all by themselves, untouched, in my life. Right here along the trail, you can tell where the runoff just went nuts and came clear up here. Now it's gone back to where it usually is. can walk right over here. Beautiful. Time to cross a bridge. Whew. A lot of ups and downs through that forest. Look how the vegetation has grown over that. That's beautiful. Well, we're finally moving away from the river. We just hit a switchback right here, and we're coming up this way. So from here on out, we will be going upward, and we will hit a certain summit, and we will start going back down toward the car. And we'll start seeing less and less of this beautiful green foliage. Here comes our third bridge. Over stagnant water. Remember that song? Simon and Garfunkel? Bridge over stagnant water. You want to know how old I am? Bridge over troubled water by Simon and Garfunkel was the #1 song on the day I was born. So I just gave it away, didn't I? Okay guys, that was the last of the forest. Now we're moving back into the scrub oak. More rocks on the trail, more desert-like conditions, just like that. So we just came out of Icebox Canyon down there. That's where we were. We're heading up, sort of starting to summit. It's starting to flatten out. And then right over that direction should be our car. Rut-row raggy, down or straight. Well look, that's to the maples. No, that's Icebox. That's the maples. That will take you to the maples. This is to the Art Nord Trail. So this is the summit. That's why the sign's there. And we're going to hike downhill now, which is always nice. We're coming up on yet another bridge. It's quite a contrast now. Listen. Crickets. No water. Been next to that river for so long, I almost forgot what quiet sounded like. Here's the bridge. And there's what there is of the water. Stinks. Very stagnant. There's another bridge over there, right down in those trees. Isn't this beautiful? Just rolling hills. God, this is amazing. What a beautiful hike, guys. I highly recommend this. It's not overly strenuous. I would list it as moderate. I would not call it difficult. Not bad. Quite beautiful. Very scenic. It'll do good for your soul if you can get out here. If you can't, just follow me around. My battery is almost dead, so we may be switching to this very soon. My cell phone just died. I neglected to watch the battery on that, so that's gone. I've taken all the pictures I can take because that's what I use, and 68% still on this, but we don't have that far back to the car. Look at this riverbed. Talk about dry. Literally just grass. Been a long time since there was water in this. Anyway, it's GoPro time, guys. I'm getting a blinking warning and a stripe over the battery, so we're switching. Okay, so you'll notice a clear audio difference, but probably a better picture. But you know, I do what I gotta do. I just forgot that stupid charging cable, otherwise this wouldn't be a problem. I don't think we have very far left to go. I think we're just over this hill right here. And I should be able to see into the valley where my car is parked. I can't even begin to describe what this looks like to the naked eye. That is stunning. Wow. Just beautiful. All of this is incredible, my friends. Wow. Okay, this is the part where Utah Steve, once again, could edit the snot out of this video and make it look like he didn't make any mistakes. But I did. And I'll stop talking in the third person. Kind of a crappy one, but I don't really regret it. So, the trail we're coming up from Icebox Canyon, we've been on it before tonight. Remember the sign with the map on it? And I said, oh, we've gone too far. We're headed towards the maples. We were, but look familiar? This is where I stopped and said, no, this goes downhill and it goes to the maples because the maples is over there. And I'm correct. It does both of those things. And then we turned around and went back that way to Wheeler Creek and over. And we hiked through Icebox Canyon up to here. Why did that happen? Because, my friends, this is the trail to Icebox Canyon. I was wrong. If you continue down this hill, it will take you to that little summit we were at just a minute ago with the sign that points you in the 3 different directions you can go. If you see this, it probably used to say Icebox Canyon, the Maples, etc. There's nothing here now, so I went back and went the other way. And the reason I don't regret it is because this was a better way to end the hike. And also, I would have lost that campsite to those people. And I really wanted this video to take place there, so it worked out. Over here we have a bench, a really old one. We have a little gateway, and we have a road. Now, why do we have a road, Utah Steve? Well, thought you might ask that too. See all this? It's very old. This is called Old Snow Basin Road. This is the road people used to take to go to the Snow Basin Ski Resort located right there. That's where people ski. As you can see, it has not been used in a very long time and looks like something out of the apocalypse. And the reason why is because they built a newer road that is easier to get to Snow Basin. Now, you probably watched the intro driving in here and you saw how windy this road is. This is the road I was on. It winds and winds. And it was a pain in the butt to get up here. And there were a lot of signs that said you have to use chains if you use this road. So, after November 1st. So they built this other road that's easier to get to the ski resort. And this road was closed right at the Art Nord trailhead. There's a gate. No more cars on this road. We're going to walk on the old Snow Basin Road here because it's easier on the feet. I can see the parking lot. There are some of the, you can't see it in this camera, right up on that ridge there are some very big homes that I was talking about. I think we're just going to stroll on this road. It's just easier on my ankles. Feels kind of nice after all that trail hiking. Our trail is right over here, running right down through this valley and back up to where we're parked. But this is kind of nice. Well, we'll hike down this to the gate and I'll show you what I'm talking about and sum all this up. Whew, quite an adventure. You know, it wouldn't be an adventure if I didn't screw up. As long as I don't screw up so bad that it endangers my life or someone else's, I pretty much just should have kept going on that trail if that's where I screwed up. But we got to see a huge part of this area, and a beautiful part too. There are dragonflies everywhere. I don't know if you can see them in this, but they're zipping all over the place. The sun has gone down. This is pretty cool. Kind of an apocalyptic ending to our video. Here, let's do this. Let's put some apocalyptic music with me walking down the road. What's the weirdest thing you've ever found while backpacking or hiking? This may be up there. A semi-burnt tablecloth, a little Nikon pouch, a Harry Potter remnant of some kind of, I don't know if it's a bed sheet or what, and just some of the filling from the tablecloth, I guess. Tablecloths have filling. I don't know what that's to. It kind of weirds me out when this happens. And the reason it weirds me out is because I know without a doubt in my mind, and I'm sure it's crossed all of your minds, one day I'm going to find a body. I'm going to be hiking somewhere where not a lot of people go because I like to do that. Gonna find a body, especially when I find things like that. The weirdest thing I ever found, weirder than that now that I think about it, I found one of those big plastic tubs you store stuff in that you get from Walmart with the lid right at the trailhead of the maples. It sat there for 2 years because I kept track, and I don't know how long it was there before I found it. Off to the side I noticed it. No one seemed to know it was there. So I walk over to the side of the gate, right at the entrance of the maples. I walked it was to the left, and I found it, and it was full of women's underwear. Bras, panties. That's pretty much it. There were some pajamas in there, and it looked like it had been rummaged through, and I didn't know if someone was living there and keeping their clothes there, but if they were only keeping nighttime clothes there. What I thought was some psycho who steals women's underwear and hides them in a bin at the trailhead of a campground. You never know. People are weird, and they get really weird out here sometimes. Look at me. But that was the weirdest thing I've ever found, without explanation. That's probably second weirdest. Seriously, that was strange back there. Harry Potter, tablecloth, camera case. The reason I'm like, hey, look, a new camera bag. No, I don't touch any of that stuff, because if it does turn out that there was a crime committed, and it's laying out in the open like that, and somebody figures that out, I do not want to have removed a piece of evidence. I get that paranoid. So, yeah. The outdoors can be a weird place too, not just the city. Look at that swath of burned grass. We are almost to the gate, almost to the trailhead. I can see my car finally, and it looks like there's some kind of car rally going on. There's a whole army of them arriving down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have a couple of friends that are really into that, and all they do is they have these get-togethers. Comes another one, 8. They have these get-togethers where they just pick a spot and they meet there, just hang out, talk about the cars. They usually have their girlfriends with them, whatever. Better than a biker gang that I'm walking up on, you know? The little yellow sign you see right there. Gate ahead. We have reached the end of our journey, my friends. The gate is right there. The car is right there. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you've been here for a while, thank you for supporting me by watching. I don't ask for anything. Maybe one day when I get over 1,000 subscribers, if it ever happens, maybe then I'll do a Patreon or something. I don't know. I just haven't really given it much thought. Anyway, before we get there and have to have a lot of people around, somebody brought their kid. I just want to say thanks for watching, guys. I'm Utah Steve. This has been Icebox Canyon, Wheeler Creek area. Do yourself a favor. Get off the couch, get outside, and have some fun. I'm Utah Steve. See you in the next video. Taste so sweet, sugar laying at my feet, just one lick and I want more. This is what the candy's for. Sweet to eat, nocturnal bliss. Your honey pot, your sugar cane. Just one taste, I go insane. Sweet, sweet, sweet sugar. Well, hello my friends. Start over, wasn't looking at the camera. You spend too much time at home, I start getting stir crazy, so kind of struggling with this one. What's behind the door, Dick? I think there are people splashing in the water down here. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Stupid distraction. So our car is right back up there. What the fuck was I gonna say? I don't remember. Guess that's it for that. Everything burns. It tastes like burning. It's got what plants crave. From a movie. If you know it, that was funny. I'm shining the sun right in your faces. There. Now you can see my ugly face. And that beautiful view. So you have to give and take. If you're gonna get a beautiful view, you're gonna have to look at this. Unless you come with me. Ooh, shade. Look kind of like if I take off my hat. You remember Heat Miser from those Santa Claus movies, Rankin Bass? I don't know if you've seen them. Maybe I'm dating myself. But somebody's got to date me. Anyway, if I take my hat off, my hair sticks up. I look just like that guy in this heat. So the maples, if you want to know, is over this ridge right here. On the other side of that is the maples. These flies are making me insane. Come on, man. Anti-bug, what do you call that stuff? Holy shit. Insect repellent wipes. So there you go. I've got syrup to pour over my muffin and my I got syrup on my muffin and my meat patty. I put syrup on my meat patty. I have a dirty mind. I'm sorry, you guys. I shouldn't say things like that. There's kids watching. It smells just like Tang. I love me some Tang. I hate it when I'm vlogging and someone goes by. Don't mind me, this is just my only friend. Same people I crossed on the trail earlier. And I just said that as she rode by. I'm awesome. Welcome to YouTube. If you're gonna vlog, you're gonna embarrass yourself. I like it when syrup gets on my sausage. Oh my gosh, I'm my own worst enemy. Yeah. Fuck. Fuck a duck. Now you may be asking yourself, Utah Steve, do you sacrifice for your art? You know, someday I thought this question would come up, and I'm really touched. As an artist, yes, I do sacrifice for my art. A couple of the shots I got on my GoPro, and even on this camera, of the river itself, I sacrificed much to get them, as you can see. I walked right in the river to get the perfect shot, my friends. So that you don't have to. Yes, I do sacrifice for my art. Art is life. Art or die. etc. And then we will be back at the car, I guess. Of course. That's the ultimate goal, isn't it, dumbass? And I won't lie to you. Walking on a trail this rocky, uphill, sucks donkey balls. And yes, I'll edit that out too. The thing that with the people that ski. Worst apocalypse ever. What you looking at, city boy? It's kind of pretty.